Here is Scottie, and was choppy from the start.
You remember Kim Venturi? He'd say you couldn't walk it out there any better than that. He used to say that all the time. Well, you couldn't have walked it out there any worse than that. I mean, he was just in the left rough, absolutely dead. Did a great job getting that right out there in the right spot where you could get it up and down, but he didn't. Started with a bogey.
Yeah, moving on to the 12th then. Second shot. This is from 160 yards, coming up short again. Not going to win this golf tournament from the rough this week.
It's another bogey.
3-putt city all over this place. Got to be on the right level. You're going to pay the price. About 40 feet away, he left it about 6 feet. So yet again, another bogey.
Yeah, bogey 3 of his first 4. Starts to put it together here at 17.
Yeah, the wind was at its strongest at this stage, coming in out of the left-hand side, water up the left. Watch this for a shot. That's what makes Scottie so great. After a terrible start to his round, that was going to ignite it. 2 feet there, gets to 1 under.
And Scottie's side of the draw was playing in the worst of the weather. Today, those who played later in the day were better than a half shot. A disadvantage. And not the right number there, not by a long shot. Coming up short at the 3rd. Looked like he might make bogey right on that spine. Hit a beautiful pitch, about 7 feet, and made it, though.
Yeah, Scottie is getting into overdrive now as the conditions are difficult. He's starting to hit fairways, and when he does that, he's able to hunt down flags. And here's a good example of it again as he starts to get into overdrive. 2 under par.
Absolutely brutal hole location this was. But it was one of the more difficult ones all day long. You can tell he was trying to skip something in there and just caught it fat. Up well short. Up and over that ridge. He wasn't up to the task there. I know how you feel. He would give one back.
Yeah, this was his putt for par. And a sloppy bogey from him there on the 6th hole.
Felt like he needed this one here to close it out. Par 5, 9th.
Yeah, didn't birdie the 16th. The only other par 5 on the golf course, so trying to take advantage of a good scoring opportunity here, and did.
Round of 71, he's at 2 under for the championship. Here's Scottie Scheffler.
I didn't hit many fairways to start the round, and like I hit a good tee shot off 10 where I thought it would be in the fairway, and ends up in the rough. You know, I can't get it to the green, but I mean that's probably the hardest fairway to hit on the golf course, just because of the pitch in it. And then, I mean, I hit it okay to start. It was really, really tough. I mean, it was blowing really hard, and it was quite cold as well, and so the golf ball wasn't really traveling anywhere. And I mean, it was just a really challenging morning. Was able to make a few birdies on the back nine. I wish I could have taken a couple more shots there, going to the easier side of the course as the conditions were getting better. I wish I could have gotten a few more there, but overall, I did some good stuff. It was still pretty gusty as we played our back nine, which was the front nine as well. Yeah, I mean, you never know going into a tournament how things are going to be, and you just get a feel for the golf course and how firm the greens are. And I was a bit surprised how far they pushed a lot of these pin locations. But I mean, when you're looking at the pins Wednesday night, you see it, you're like, oh wow, yeah, they're pushing these things as far as they can. You're like, okay, great. Like, and then going into it, I was a bit surprised how windy it was. Like when we went out to play our practice round on Wednesday, you know, there was guys that even elected not to play just because of how windy it was on Wednesday, and it was fairly comparable to how it was this morning. And I was glad I went out there and played on Wednesday, because I think that experience on a new golf course and a lot of wind was helpful for me going into today's round.
A bit of a reversal, Scottie, day 2 from day 1. He was 59 strokes gained approach yesterday in that round of 67, but he putted extremely well today. Good on the approach and not very good with a flag stick. If he can get the putting going, then he can go to the top of this leaderboard. We know that. What impressed you today, even though he didn't have his best stuff, Paul?
He's the best in the game and not having his best stuff and chiseling out around. Tiger Woods was the same. Wouldn't be playing great, and then it's a 69. You know, when they get into overdrive, everybody can play well when they're playing well. But shooting a score when you're not playing well, like I said last night, you know, winning tournaments is about what golfers do when you're not looking. We all look at the spectacular shots and we think that's the reason. We look at the spectacular shots that Tiger Woods think, and that's the reason he won. But you forget about the 90% where he's mundane, in the middle, played conservative, played away from pins, da-da-da-da. And that's what Scottie is so good at. And what we saw today was, came out of the block slow. He played in the worst of conditions. It was cold here this morning. I was here early on site this morning. It was cold, it was windy, and he was starting on the difficult back nine. And he got off on the wrong foot. He kept missing fairways. He kept getting into trouble. He was 3 over par for his round after 7 holes. And he just thought, is this going to be the one time Scottie's going to go out to 78, 79 and drift away from the leaderboard after leading last night? But no. And this is what turned it around here. This tee shot into 17, which is a very, very difficult hole today. Wind is coming hard in off the left-hand side. It's 214 yards. It's cold. This is phenomenal. With water on the left-hand side, bearing in mind how poorly he's played, hasn't hit a fairway yet. Water on the left-hand side. What he's great at is taking shots in isolation and not taking baggage of previous bad shots with him from one shot to the next. Then he stands up in the next hole after making birdie there, and a smash down the middle with a power fade, the exact stock shot that he loves to play. And from there, he hit 7 of the next 8 fairways, setting himself up to play the holes in 2 under par, never been really stressed a whole lot, and getting himself back in contention again. It was just a great exhibition of patience and what makes Scottie so great. When things aren't going well, how he's able to turn it around. That's, for me, is a separator with Scottie Scheffler. Nothing else. For me, he's the best competitor and the best mentally.
Well said. Scottie had the harder draw. You mentioned that he went out late round 1, early today in the cold for round number 2. Early, late, almost a full shot easier over the 2 rounds. And today, the late wave was a half shot easier. So, hit all those fairways yesterday. Today was not quite as accurate. Played from the rough. How did he do from the heavy stuff? What did he show you?
Look, I would agree that that's where he turned it around. But the reason he was able to turn it around and get all the way back to 1 over par is because he didn't let things get away from him in the worst of the weather when he was playing his worst golf. And by the way, this is why you want to see tests like this, because you want to see the best players in the world actually tested. You want to see them have to do things that are just mind-boggling difficult that very few players can do. Why do major championships test the best players? The course is firmer, the greens are firmer, the rough is thicker. Is it any surprise that the 2 greatest major champions of all time were phenomenal out of the rough? Why? Because they had upright golf swings and a lot of power. Let's go to Jack Nicklaus, one of the best examples of coming out of the rough. Magically so. Last hole, Turnberry, duel in the sun. They'd each shot 65 on Saturday, he and Tom Watson. They were head-to-head. They were 10 clear of the field. It looked like Jack was going to lose for sure when he hit it way right up against the gorse. Out of that thick rough, managed to get it on the green. We know the rest of the story, but that was a Herculean effort. And when you start to think about Herculean efforts, well, Roger Maltby summed this up better than anybody. It's not a fair fight. How many times have we seen Tiger Woods drive in the rough and then inexplicably extract himself from the rough with spectacular shots? That takes power. It takes an upright golf swing. So early in the day, when Scottie Scheffler was playing in the worst of the wind, the worst of the weather, brutal conditions, and was driving it awful, kept finding bunkers, kept finding the rough. And again, upright swing, you can pick it out of the bunkers. That's a sand wedge to a tucked pin, out of the bunker. 10 out of 10 difficulty, 10 out of 10 execution. Can't do it any better than that. 4 to the 13th, 151. And again, what you got to do is get it up in the air. Play it perfectly. Time and time again on this front 9, he kept driving it in the rough. So he was having to play with some discretion. He was having to play away from hole locations like that. That was high. He was able to stop it with the angle of descent. That's where an upright golf swing never ceases to pay dividends. Here we are at 15, 217 yards, top of the food chain. This is absolutely well over 500-yard par 4 out of the thickest of the rough. You need power. You need an upright swing. You got to land it in the right place. And yeah, maybe he got a little bit lucky that it rolled out just perfect weight, but I would call it skill. And again, here at the first, out of the thick stuff. You see it right there from 133 yards. Upright swing, releasing it. Absolutely perfect execution right there. Very similar to Jack Nicklaus. Very similar to Tiger Woods. And that's the reason he was able to turn it around, get back in form, and just shoot 1 over par and not 3, 4, or 5 over par.
Both you guys picked Scottie Scheffler to win on Wednesday night. I'm guessing you still feel very good about that selection.
I do indeed. I mean, as we're sitting here, he's just 2 back. I still think I don't think we've seen Scottie Scheffler's best golf yet in his career. He still has a propensity to miss some short putts, and this year his irons haven't been particularly sharp. But yes, I still like Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah, I think the difficulty of the test is playing into his strengths, like I said last night. Course management, ball control, patience, all of those things. Understanding when you're on a bogey trail that you can kind of set it around and turn it around. All of those things are his strengths. At the moment, it looks that way, but it's such a bunch field that doesn't mean he's going to win. He's certainly going to be in the shake-up. We can guarantee that. But whether he wins or not, sometimes, you know, somebody might just pop up and take it from him.